Right, so I just wanted to show you these. Now, these are cuttings that I took and I just put in water, and they are the Salvia Amistad. And when I went and did my Great Dixter video, I said that I thought my Salvia Amistad had been killed by some builders who did some work for me. But one, actually, when I noticed one was actually flowering later in the summer, obviously. And I decided, because it was only one, and I am going to do my front garden, I decided to take some cuttings and turn one into as many as I could. So I took the stem off and I split the stem into these various cuttings, and some of them have in fact sprouted. And then what I do is I take a jar of clean water and I put it on a north facing window ledge, and north facing because you don't want harsh powerful sun rays burning these up. I did in fact pinch out the tips, but they have actually regrown. So I'll show you that. So you pinch them out here and just leave yourself a couple of leaves so that they can obviously photosynthesize still, but you don't want them putting too much energy into growing leaves. The results are variable, but I have some cuttings that are viable, so I will be potting them up, and potting them up just the usual way. If you can see here, so there's my, let me just move my Ami out the way, which also needs potting up. I can just move that. Let's put these down here and see what we have. So let me tell you, so when you do the cutting, I did it, it was actually just one long, so if I show you one of verbena, you can see that they have a long stem with sort of side shoots or nodules. So when I took one of these, it's the same with the Amistad, the Salvia Amistad, take the strip, and then I would, let me just actually just break this one off. Actually, this one's broken here anyway, so I'll use this one. And then what you do is you cut it just below this node here, and then strip. I'm not going to do it with verbena, with this verbena, because they just grow like the clappers here. They just soft seed all over the place. You would strip these off here anyway, like that, and then you would just clip it under this node here. Obviously this is exactly the same process for the Amistad. So what you could do is you could go and buy a pot of Amistad. The Salvia Amistad's quite expensive. I think mine were £9 each for a pot, you know, with a root ball probably about that size. So that's a lot of money, and one is kind of a bit naff on its own. It kind of, unless you've got a really small garden. So, you know, you end up buying 3, that's like £30 for a few plants. That's ridiculous. So what you do is you do buy one and make sure it's a nice, good, strong, healthy one. Then you strip off those leaves like I just did, and then doing this while holding the phone is not easy. Just cut it below. Hey, what's going on there? Why is that not cutting? So then you just, as I say, go under the node. Oh, these just aren't very good for cutting. I don't know what is wrong with all my clippers. This is my second pair of these, so I won't be buying these again. Alright, so let's just pretend that was a clean cut. Honestly, something so simple made so complicated. Made a right mess of that. So you would obviously ideally have a clean cut there. There. And this node is, as you will see, obviously remember this is the verbena, but it's the same process. You will see, let me get the Amistad here, one of them. You'll see that's where the root emerges from eventually. And that obviously is the root that you can then plant up, which I will be doing today. So there's one there. Let me just, right, where was I up to? Dog got stuck under the shed. Right, so here's another one. And again, as you can see, This is the area where, see, normally it would obviously be surfacing a shoot, So it's got enough energy to instead produce a root. Some of them are, they just take a little bit longer. Some. Let me have a look. Has this one got any on? This one hasn't produced any, but it's got good leaves, so I might just pinch out those leaves and see if it will continue. So how many have we got with roots? I've got another one there. So I think out of that's the verbena, get rid of that. I think out of 8, let's see, 1, let's count the ones with roots. 2, that's got little ones. 3, 4, that hasn't got a root yet. That hasn't got a root yet. And that, so it's a 50% success rate. And these aren't dead either, so they might just need longer. But these I'm going to pot up and put in I'm actually going to put them back in the kitchen because they're not that hardy. They do survive here in the UK, outside in a sheltered spot if you get lucky and don't have a harsh winter. You'd have to check your local temperatures, but if you have a mild winter you might be okay. But there you are. So if you think about how it was going to cost me 30 quid for 3, I'm now paid £10 for 1, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more, so another 40 quid's worth, and potentially another 40 quid's worth here. So what I'm going to do is to try and regenerate these is I'll just pinch these tips back out again, just to try and keep the energy down here, and then give these another go with some fresh water back in. They can go back in the jar like so, and these ones I will pot up and put in the kitchen. Just put a bit of grit in for these 4. I'm going to pot them in the same pot. Again, we're always trying to save compost, we don't want big to do. I mean, you could do a big pot each and just wait for them to fill it, but for now I'm just going to do one medium-size-ish pot where they've each got enough room, and I'll push the root down about 1 inch, I guess, just like that. I don't want it to touch the bottom. Put another one in here. I don't know, I could separate these out. I don't know, we'll see. And then another one, probably, maybe. I mean, they've only got diddy roots yet, so we'll see. Don't want to, you do have to push a hole in because you don't want to damage these tiny, delicate roots. Something smells like it's burning around here. Getting a bit dark as well. And I'll top dress a bit more just to keep them a bit more firm as well. Filming around that leaf, it's awkward. In fact, putting up holding a phone is awkward, but I can't be bothered to get my stuff out because of the dreadful weather. It's not like you can just, be sure it's not going to rain over everything. So if you wonder where I've been as well, I've actually been doing a bit of freelance YouTube stuff, not gardening. I've been doing some writing and some digital branding for another YouTuber who I can't, unfortunately, it'd be nice to be able to say who it was, but I can't, so that you could check out their channel, but they don't want to let on. But they have help. I don't know why, because we all need help sometimes. So there we go. So I've just been helping them write a few scripts and some, as I said, the digital branding, because I do digital design as well. Anyhow, that's a side note. Just so that you know, if I'm not on here, it's not that I'm not doing it anymore. I get busy with actual work, whereas this is kind of more of a hobby. What does that smell? Something's burning. Somebody's lit their fire. I guess it is that time of year. Okay, there it is. Let me show you. I need to put my glasses on. I can't see what I'm doing. There you are. So we have 4 in there with roots. and I'll give you an update on those, and then I'll give you an update. They will go back on the window ledge. I'll have to clean that jar off now, and that's going to go on probably on the window ledge as well with a saucer. So that's Salvia Amistad.